Hello everybody, my name is Jackson and I am a recent fan of Magic the Gathering. Started playing New Year's Day of 2025 and from the first day I played it, I fell in love with it and I am a lifelong Marvel nerd. So hearing this set announced, I was ecstatic. I know most people that have been for Magic, been fans of Magic and players of Magic, aren't too fond of Universes Beyond as a whole. And as a game designer myself, I definitely understand a lot of their gripes. But for me personally, a lot of the cards in this set really excite me, and I wanted to share my experience with opening a collector's booster box with you guys. So, just got out of work, went straight to the card shop to grab this, straight home, showered, and set this up. I've got some extra sleeves over here. These are some extra sleeve boxes for storage or like really important cards. And I've got my portfolio right here in case I get like something extremely rare. Now, I have not looked at everything that is in here. I don't usually scroll through all of the spoilers all at once. If somebody posts about it and it shows up in my feed, I'll take a look at it. I do know one card, obviously besides it's not the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone in this pack. Besides the Mind Stone, one card that I'm really hoping I get is, I believe it's the reprint of the Sword of Fire and Ice, because actually, I think I have the comic around here somewhere. Let me grab that real quick, because the art on the card is actually my favorite, is the cover art of my favorite Captain America book. And where is it? You know what, I'll just bring it up in editing. I forget I can do that. But yeah, so I do have that book here somewhere. I don't know where it is currently, but anyways, I think I think a few of you guys have skipped long enough, so let's skip past the beginning. So let's go ahead and open this. I don't want to... There we go. This. Okay. So this opens up like this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 packs. So let's go ahead and open the first one. Come on. I want to just rip these open, but of course I want to be super delicate with them as well. So, for me, even before the initial Iron Man movie came out in 2008, I was like aware of Marvel and into it. My dad definitely collected comics. So, we've got the Pet Avengers. I also haven't looked at all the cards in the set, so I'll definitely be reading a few of these. Pet Avengers, 3 and a green. Reach, power up 4/4. 6 and a green to put a +1 counter on this creature and create a 3/2 white hero creature token with vigilance. Okay. It's got all the different pets as the creature types. That's cool. Kingpin's Enforcers. 3 mana, lifelink, 2/3. Another 3 mana to sacrifice an artifact or creature to draw a card. Human Villain. Crimson Operative. I actually don't recognize this. Interesting. I'll have to do some research to where this guy comes from. It is one of the few non-legendary creatures in this set. Prowess. And until this creature enters, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of the next turn, you may play that hand. Okay. Ooh, Jessica Jones. I did not see this at all. I didn't know she was in here. So tap to put a stun counter on her, and then exile the top X cards of your library, where X is her power, and you may play those cards this turn. Okay, so you could pump her up and just exile, draw a bunch of cards. Ooh, Iron Lad. Flying Vigilance, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, tap him to reveal the top card, and if it's an artifact, you get to draw it. Okay. Ooh, Bushmaster Coiled Henchman. Death Touch, each other creature you control with a +1 counter on it has Death Touch. Ooh, interesting. That's for green, okay. Now, I will say, as one of the 10 people that did also buy a lot of Spider-Man cards, I'm a bit annoyed and disappointed that they reprinted some in here, but I'm like, it's whatever. Mob Lookout. Alex Wilder, Runaway. I don't recognize him either. I know I'm not like a huge like Marvel encyclopedia, but I'll definitely take a look at some of these characters once I edit this video. Whenever he or another creature you control enters, if you cast it from anywhere other than your hand, he gets +2 and gains haste until end of turn. So, and he has escape for graveyard. Okay. Spider-Man to the rescue. Flash Vigilance. Reach. No one dies. When he enters, you may tap him. When you do, another target non-attacking creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I do like this Plains. I really like it's like a simplified art style. My mind immediately went to like Art Deco, but I'm like, no, that's not really what I'm imagining. Either way, we do get a Mortis, Master of Eternity. Tap him to add a blue. For each card you've drawn this turn, spend this mana only to cast non-creature spells, and he has a power-up where each player shuffles their hand into their graveyard. Shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. Okay. That's another reset. Okay, we get a Mountain Plains. Ooh, we get Jane Foster. Whenever the Mighty Thor attacks, exile up to 1 target non-token artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield, tapped under its owner's control. Whenever an equipment card you control enters, draw a card. Okay. Ooh, we got the reprint. Massacre Girl reprint. When Electra enters, each other creature gets -1 until end of turn. Oh, so this is token hate. I remember now. Ooh, we get Castle Doom. Okay. Add 1 mana of any color, only to cast artifact spells. And sacrifice an artifact to create a Doombot, essentially. Got a Merfolk and Doombot token. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. And this video is, if you couldn't tell by now, is definitely more intended to be like a more chill pack opening. I know a lot of people like to just rip them and show them all immediately, but I like to, as a part of this channel, or what I would like to turn it into is definitely more like of a relaxing kind of vibe compared to a lot of crazy over-edited stuff I see a lot. And like, yeah, I myself still watch it, but I feel like people still enjoy this slower paced content. Serpent Specialist. Death Touch, 1/1 and a power up to put 2 +1 counters on this creature. Okay. Fairly simple 1/1. Hero in training. When this creature enters, draw a card. If you control another hero, you gain 2 life. I don't recognize who that is supposed to be, any of these 3. But I could look into that as well. Repulsor Blast. With Teamwork 2. Deals 5 damage to target creature. If a spell was cast using Teamwork, it also deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. Ooh, we got Bullseye. Okay, I didn't know he was in here. That's perfect. When Bullseye enters, you may sacrifice an artifact or discard a non-land card. When you do, Bullseye deals 2 damage to any target and 3 mana to tap to sacrifice or discard another card. Oh, okay. So it's just another way to activate his enter ability. Falcon Wings Harness. Oh, Falcon's Wing Harness. Excuse me, can't read. When this equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. And equipped creature is +1/+1 flying and ward 1. Okay. Free equip on enter as well. So that's I feel like that's a fairly decent equipment. A cheap equipment at the very least. When this creature enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Ooh, the Howling Commandos. Hell yeah. 5 mana. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. And soldiers you control gain vigilance until end of turn. Okay. Look at that. Honestly, really like that art. I'm obviously going to put this in my cap deck, even if it's not the most synergistic. You gotta have the Halloween Commandos with cap. All right. Strategic Intervention. Enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +1 until end of turn, and tap up to 1 target creature defending player controls. Okay. Ooh, we got the Gallery Scene Red Hulk foil. All right. Reach, Trample, and Rage. Whenever Red Hulk is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on him. And when you do, he deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on him to any other target. Okay, so it's similar to the dual-sided Bruce Banner Incredible Hulk, where he gets a +1 and anytime he takes or gets dealt damage, but he obviously doesn't go infinite with Caltrops. All right. Ooh, I like this forest. I'm assuming that's She-Hulk in there. There we go, better picture. I was trying to look at it myself first. I do like this shading. It's very like bluish, like teal green, and I like that. Now, I don't know too much about Nico. But she is in that new animated Spider-Man show, right? I believe so, but I'll definitely have to do more research on her. She is a mythic, though. Interesting. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Nico deals 2 damage to each opponent, and 3 mana to tap to discard a card. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Okay. Ooh, the Frightful Four. Menace. Whenever an opponent casts their... I'm sorry, I was just kind of... got lost in the art for a second. Obviously that's Sandman and that's Medusa, but I don't recognize the other two. I guess that's another thing I'll have to look at. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, that player loses life equal to that spell's mana value. Well, I say obviously that's Medusa, but... No, that's Medusa, right? A long flowing hair that looks like she's controlling it? I don't know. I feel like... Oh, if that's somebody else that looks similar to Medusa, that's that's embarrassing. Okay. Ooh, we got the full art Monica Rambeau. Flying prowess. Transform. Flying hexproof prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1 counter on each other creature you control. That's definitely a good one. So this is Archangel of Thune. So one of the reprints. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on each creature you control. Okay, Angel. Ooh, Sentry. Okay, foil as well. Sentry, Golden Guardian. Flying, Vigilance, Indestructible. When he enters, target opponent creates the Void. Legendary 5/5 Black Horror villain with a token. token with flying, indestructible, and the void attacks each combat if able. I do like how the foil goes with the yellow, and especially his name in the background. I do like that one. Okay. Got this. Yeah, card. Thor. Alright. Next one. Come on. There we go. And, ooh, got the card art for the Fantastic Four. What was this? Farseek? The art for Farseek, I believe. That one's pretty cool. Blazing Crescendo. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn. Exile top card of your library. Until end of next turn, you may play that card. Okay, until next turn. I do like that. Super Suit, Flash. When it enters, attach it to target creature you control and untap that creature. Creature gets +1/+2. Okay. You can get Giant Man with giant growth. Makes perfect sense, honestly. +3/+3 until end of turn. Killmonger, Scourge of Wakanda. When he enters, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls. As long as there are 2 or more creature cards in your graveyard, Killmonger. Is it Killmonger? Killmonger. I said Mongerer. All right. It's +2/+1. Ooh, the Night Nurse. Okay. Healer of Heroes. Who's that in the background? Maybe Daredevil? Or Spidey? I can't quite tell. I can't make out like the logo on the chest. That's Daredevil. I think that's Daredevil. When Night Nurse enters, choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from anywhere this turn and return it to your hand. Okay. Dismissive Denial, counter target spell, and basic land cycling. Okay. Commune with Dinosaurs. Dinosaur card. Never go wrong with those. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a dinosaur or land card from among them and put it into your hand and put the rest at the bottom of the library in any order. Ooh, Impossible Man. Okay. I didn't know he was in here. Impossible Man becomes flying. Impossible Man becomes a copy of another target permanent until end of turn, except his name is Impossible Man. Ooh, Baron Strucker. Hydra Overlord. Villain spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever another villain you control enters, you may have it connive. Do this only once each turn. Okay, and it is foil as well, so that's pretty good. Ooh. I like the swamp. I mean, obviously it's not a swamp. And like that's like a bit of a stretch, but like I do definitely like the art on here. The nice shade of like purples to light blues in this. And honestly, like the framing of the like Electra on the bridge and like the cars below as well. Absorbing Man. Vigilance. At the beginning of your first main phase until your next turn, Absorbing Man becomes a copy of up to 1 target artifact, non-aura enchantment, or land, except its name is Absorbing Man, and he is a legendary 4/4 human villain creature in addition to his other types, and he has Vigilance. Okay, so we can copy anything for a turn rotation. That's interesting. Ooh, Shang-Chi and the Chen Rings. Shang-Chi. I am not familiar with Eastern pronunciations. So, first strike, whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on him. And when the 10th +1/+1 counter is put on him, you draw 5 cards and gain 5 life. Okay. I don't think that's the best, but I mean, he gets a +1 at the start of every turn, so that's good at the very least. Ooh, another scene card. Epic Fight. Sorcery, choose one or both. Double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn, and target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. Okay, that's a pretty good fight and pump spell. Privileged Position. Enchantment. Other permanents you control have hexproof. Ooh, okay, giving everything hexproof. I actually made a Selesnya tokens deck recently, and that does also have a lot of enchantments, so I feel like that would be pretty good for it. Ooh, the Civil War as a saga, okay. Gain control of up to 2 target creatures with total mana value 6 or less for as long as this saga remains on the battlefield. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. And then target creature you control fights up to one other target creature. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty flavorful with Civil War as a whole. I don't know about the power of the card, but I definitely think that matches really well. And I do love how with the sagas in Spider-Man and in here, they have these alternate arts that are just comic, that are like comic panels. I really like that a lot. All right, now, if I ever come across any copies of cards, I'll just skip past those since I already read them so far. Ooh, we got a Vibranium token and a Beast token. Let's actually put that there. So super speed, aura enchantment with flash. Enchanted, when this aura enters, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn, and enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has haste. Okay, it's a pretty good like haste enabler. Surveillance rune. When this land enters surveil 1, tap to add a colorless and mana converter. Okay. Wakandan drone flock. Flying. When this creature enters scry 2, it's a 4 mana 3/3. I don't know. Ooh, Doc Samson. Okay. If you would put one or more counters on a permanent you control, put that many +1 of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent instead. And tap him to add X mana of any one color where X is Doc Samson's power. Okay. Pretty good counter enabler and mana dork, I'd say. Ooh. Alright, so this is one of the versions of Kang. I mean, we also got a Mortis as well. Whenever Kane attacks, he connives. And whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Okay. Voltaic Whip. Whenever... Is that supposed to be like that? I forget his name. I've never seen him in the comics. But the villain from Iron Man 2, the movie. I mean, it looks like an arc reactor or imitation of one right in the middle of his chest right there. So maybe that's him. I'll obviously pull up his name in editing. Whenever a creature gets +2, not whenever. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has whenever this creature attacks alone, you may draw a card and lose 1 life. Oh, not may. You draw a card and lose 1 life. Oh, okay. The TVA bureaucrat. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Hulk's Thunderclap. I do like this art. As an additional cost of this spell, you may behold a gamma creature. Okay. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. If this spell's additional cost was paid, destroy target non-creature artifact or enchantment. Okay. Ooh, we got the thing. Is this? Oh yes, so this is the one of the versions of the Fantastic Four where it goes into an infant combo. Okay. So trample, whenever one or more heroes you control deal damage to a player, put 2+1 counters on the thing. Oh, this swamp. It looks like Hawkeye and Black Widow. You got Dark Fortress. Tap for colorless or to add a black or red and activate only if this land entered this turn or if you control a basic land. Frostboil Snarl. This land enters, you may reveal an island or mountain card from your hand. If you don't, this land enters tapped. That's a pretty good land. Oh, I did not know Cloak and Dagger was in here either. Okay. When Cloak and Dagger enter, choose target opponent and up to one target creature they control. They reveal their hand, and you may exile a non-land card from their hand or the chosen creature until Cloak and Dagger leave the battlefield. Okay. Ooh, fight to the death. Destroy all blocking creatures and all blocked creatures. Heroic Feast. Oh, why am I putting that there? Oh, because they're lands, that's right. Now, when this enchantment enters, create a food token, and whenever you gain life, choose up to that many target creatures you control and put a +1 counter on each of them. Okay, so that's good for a food deck. Or any other just life gain deck. Alright. Next one. This is the 5th, yeah. Alright, we got a robot villain token with a hero token with vigilance. Decoy Ploy. That's a pretty good phrase to say. Pretty satisfying. Choose one or both. Return target villain card from your graveyard to your hand. Return target hero card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, okay. From your graveyard. Avengers Hanger. Sign enters tapped. When the sign enters, you gain 1 life. White or blue. Brave Brawler. Oh yeah, okay. Lifelink power up. Put 2+1 counters on this creature. I see Sam in the back. And I assume that's just Daredevil's old costume. It's like a red scorpion, it looks like in the background. I don't recognize these other villains. This guy's kind of giving me like the frills right here give me Etrigan the Demon from DC. Shield Helicarrier. Flying, and when this vehicle enters, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens and crew 6. Ooh, Speedball. Whenever a player casts a spell that targets Speedball, he gets +2/+2 until end of turn. He may choose new targets for that spell. Ooh, okay. So you could like pump them up and then pump another creature you control. Wall Off. Instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature your opponents control. Create a 0/4 colorless wall creature with token with defender and you gain 4 life. Okay. Terramorphic Expanse. Titanium Man. I don't... Obviously, this is an Iron Man villain. like, no doubt. But I never heard of him. Or at least maybe I, like, don't recognize him. Whenever Titanium Man attacks, choose 1. He gains flying until end of turn, or he deals 1 damage to any target. Okay. Ooh, we got Avengers Tower. I think this is a part of the scene as well. It is foil. Tap to add colorless. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a hero spell or to activate an ability of a hero source. 4 mana tap to look at the top 3 cards from top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a hero card from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Ooh, I like this island. Nice beach. Who is that? Oh, it's Ant-Man, obviously, since it's all the ants. And I didn't see the antenna on his helmet at first. I thought it was like a bob haircut. Ooh, we got the vision. Mess this up a little bit. There we go. No, that's supposed to be here. Okay. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about this card. Flying Vigilance. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Solar Beam. Vision gains double strike until end of turn. Destiny Control. Vision gains indestructible until end of turn. And Technopathy. Draw a card. Greater Good. Sacrifice a creature. Draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. What is this? Obviously it's a Black Panther, but I don't know who this is. Okay. Ooh, Iron Man armor. Whenever this equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has flying. If this equipment isn't a creature, it becomes 2 mana to turn this equipment into a creature. Becomes a 0/0 construct hero artifact creature with flying, and this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control until end of turn. And Heroic Intervention. Okay. Ooh. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't even know this was a card. I'm so glad I got this. This is awesome. Okay, Heroic Intervention. Good staple. We all know. Permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. And then Captain America, Super Soldier, legendary creature, human soldier hero. He has first strike, and Captain America enters with a shield counter on him. As long as Captain America has a shield counter on him, you and other heroes you control have hexproof. Okay, I'm immediately... Let me grab one of these sleeves. I think I have it here. I am immediately sleeving this one. Oh my god, I love that. That looks so good. Alright, so I'd say I've got one card that I really enjoy out of here so far. So let's go through the rest. So this will be our 6th pack. Oh, come on. Kind of botched this one. There we go. Now open it from the side. Yep, there we go. And in foil as well. I really like how the foil looks on this. Okay. So we got a treasure token and a villain token with menace. Got Hydra, Aim, the Hand. I don't recognize this last one. Okay. Shield Spy Kit. I keep reading the line below. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and whenever equipped creature attacks alone, untap it and scry 1. Kunlun Warrior. Ooh, this art looks very different from the rest in the set so far. And when this creature enters, you may sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Asgardian Citadel. Enters tapped. When it enters gain 1 life, add red or white. Ooh, Hercules, or Heracles. Prince of Power. He has power up and to put a +1 counter on him, and he gains vigilance, indestructible, and haste until end of turn. Okay. I'm just noticing, like, he's probably, yeah, he's in a museum right now taking this back from the museum, and this lady's like, wait, you can't do that. That's pretty funny. Ooh, Hawkeye, Young Avenger. Reach. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, instead it deals that much damage plus X, where X is Hawkeye's power. Okay. That seems pretty good. Mach 1, Swooping Scoundrel. I don't recognize this guy. Okay. When Mach 1 enters, and whenever you gain life, Surveil 1, this ability triggers only once each turn. Accelerated Evolution. Is that supposed to be Vermin? I don't know. Okay. Enchantment Aura Flash. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains hexproof until end of turn, and they get +2/+2. Okay. Ooh, Colossus. And he's fighting off a bunch of sentinels. Okay. Why are these? I'm second guessing myself now if these are called sentinels or not. I don't read too much or like pay attention too much to X-Men, but obviously I like Wolverine. During your turn, Colossus has indestructible, and other mutants you control get +1/+1. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. I like this art. Hulk Smash. Teamwork 4. Choose one. If this spell was cast using teamwork, choose both instead. Destroy target non-creature artifact, and target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Okay. This island. So that's Kamala, obviously, because of the giant hands. Who is this? I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Oh, we got Squirrel Girl. Whenever she enters or attacks, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. And then for 4 mana, create X 1/1 squirrel creature tokens, where X is the number of squirrels you control. So essentially just green Cranko. Ooh, Typhoid Mary, okay. Whenever Typhoid Mary attacks, choose one at random. If you discarded a card this turn, you may choose one instead. Mary, create a creature token. Typhoid Mary, draw a card. Or Bloody Mary, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Okay, it's pretty interesting. Ooh, Arc Reactor. Oh, was Improvise that one version of, like, you can tap untapped artifacts you control to pay for it? Okay. Seize the Day. Daredevil. Sorcery. Untap target creature. After this main phase, there is an additional combat phase followed by an additional combat phase. Okay, that I actually, because I have a Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man deck. Actually, I could grab it right now. Well, let's finish this. Ooh, we got the Hawkeye with his title in the background, foil. Hawkeye Master Marksman. First strike reach, trick arrows. Whenever Hawkeye becomes tapped, you may pay 1 up to 3 times. When you do, choose up to that many. Net, target creature can't block this turn. Explosive, Hawkeye deals 2 damage to target player. Or Boomerang, discard a card, then draw a card. Okay. That's pretty cool for how they implemented his trick arrows. I like that a lot. Alright, let me grab my Spider-Man deck box. Got it right here. Okay. So I managed to get this custom, no, not custom, the one from Game Genic. It's supposed to be a 60 card deck box, so it's split down the middle with like a sideboard area. But I'm just using it as a commander box. But with this Ultimate Spider-Man, obviously Miles, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but if I were to show my camera around my room, you'd see Miles posters and paintings and whatnot. But I really like this one, and I've had a few games where I even had one game where I managed like the let me just read it first. First red haste, camouflaged for 2 mana to put a +1 counter on him, and he gains hexproof and becomes colorless until end of turn. And right here, whenever you attack at all, so he doesn't have to attack, double the number of each kind of counter on each spider and legendary creature you control. I had a casual match at like a Saturday night commander at a local card store, where I managed, like the doubling, it managed to deal exactly enough damage for me to win the game, and I would have lost next turn if that didn't happen. And it felt so awesome, like Miles just swooping in and getting like the last final hit on a villain right before they enact their plan or whatever. So Seize the Day will definitely go good with that. Organize this. Okay. Robot Villain token. And another hero. Trickster's Stratagem. The owner of target creature an opponent controls puts it into their library second from the top or the bottom, then up to 1 target creature you control connives. Another copy of Hulk Smash. Ooh, Hawkeye's Bow. I've heard about this infinite combo within Pauper. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has reach, and whenever equipped creature becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. The Masters of Evil. Other villains you control get +2/+1, 2 mana to discard this card. Search your library for a plan card, one of the new plan enchantment types. Reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. I don't think we've gotten a plan yet. Ooh, get War Machine. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is War Machine's power. Okay. Molly Hayes. Runaway. I don't recognize her. Okay. What is... Yeah, no, I don't recognize the robot she's lifting. Okay, power up. Put 2 +1 counters on her and exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. Okay. Ooh, Doc Ock reprint. Okay. As long as there are 8 or more cards in your graveyard, Doc Ock has base power and toughness 8/8. As long as you control another villain, Doc Ock has hexproof. Virtual Assistant. Is this Friday or... I don't know which one it is. I assume it's Friday. I don't know if he has any other ones in the comics. I haven't read too much Iron Man, so. Defender. Whenever you cast a spell using teamwork, create a 1/1 colorless robot hero artifact creature token with flying. Got another Spider-Man to the rescue. I think both foil. Okay. Ooh, is this... Oh, that's Black Panther and Killmonger. Looks like it, at least. Yeah, it's a pretty cool forest. Ooh, Mr. Immortal. Okay. 3 mana to return this card from your graveyard or from exile to the battlefield tapped. Yep, that sounds about right. Sounds about right for Mr. Immortal. Seize the day. Oh, okay. So that's the normal printing of seize the day. Construct a cosmic cube. Here we get our first plan. So whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 2/1 black villain creature token with menace and put a plan counter on this enchantment. When the 7th plan counter is put on this enchantment, sacrifice it. When you do, control target opponent during their next turn. Okay. Ooh, mechanized production reprint. Okay. At the beginning, enchant artifact you control. At the beginning of upkeep, create a token that's a copy of enchanted artifact. If you control 8 or more artifacts with the same name as this, same name as one another, you win the game. Excuse me. Ooh, we got the Serpent Society. Death Touch ward, get 5 poison counters. Okay. Whenever another creature you control with Death Touch dies, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. Ooh, what's this art? Ooh, it's Ironheart. That's pretty cool. Frozen in ice, okay. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and can't become untapped. Okay, that's a pretty good immobilization spell. I don't know if that's what they're called. Ooh, lightning strike, okay. 2 mana to deal 3 damage to any target. Agent of Atlas, not prowess. Grim Reaper, lethal legionnaire. I don't recognize him either. I feel like I do, but I don't completely recognize where he's from. Whenever Grim Reaper attacks, you may pay 4. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking with a finality counter on it. Okay. Ooh, we got Luke Cage. Okay. Unbreakable Skin. Whenever Luke Cage attacks alone, he gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Alright. City Pigeon reprint. Oh, great. Another Spider Rex reprint. Vault Guardsman. Convoke. And when this creature enters, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. Ooh, we got another one of the infinite combo Fantastic Four, and I think the thing I got was foil as well. Honestly, I might go for a full foil set, full art foil set of this. Invisible Woman Sue Storm. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on 1 or more other heroes you control, you may create a 4/4 colors wall. Alright, so at least those two directly affect one another since the thing gets counters. I do like the coloring on this mountain. It's obviously Iron Man's penthouse. Ooh, and Doom reigns supreme. Whenever a villain you control enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life, and you put a plan counter on this enchantment. When the 5th plan counter is put on this enchantment, sacrifice it. When you do, target opponent exiles the top 5 cards of their library. You may cast up to 2 spells from among the exile cards without paying their mana costs. Okay. Mind's Eye reprint. Panther Idol. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. I feel like that's a far healthier version of Smothering Tithe or Rhystic Study. Oh, I accidentally pulled that one out. We'll save that. Fing Fang Foom. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets an artifact or land, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy and put 2 +1/+1 counters on Fing Fang Foom. Now, I do recognize him, but I don't know where like his origins and like what comics he's tied to. Ooh, Primal Vigor reprint. If one or more tokens will be created, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. And if one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature, twice that many +1 counters are put on that creature instead. And then, as we saw earlier, Thor, God of Thunder. Flying. When Thor enters, exile target equipment, instant, or sorcery card from your graveyard. Till the end of your next turn, you may play that card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Thor deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to any target. Ooh. Okay, that's a pretty cool one. Alright. My hands are getting a little sweaty right now, so let's go ahead and dry them on my shorts before we touch any more cards. Oh. Okay. Oh, we got another Ironheart card, okay. This one doesn't have the signature on it, though. We say thee nay. Teamwork 2, counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Counter that spell unless its controller pays 4 instead if this spell was... Oh, okay, so if you use Teamwork, they can counter the counter with 2, and if you use Teamwork, it goes up to 4, okay. Machinesmith Automaton. Trample. Whenever another artifact creature you control enters, put a +1 counter on this creature. Okay. Hydra Infiltration enchantment. Whenever this enchantment enters, target opponent discards 2 cards. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Ooh, Ghost Spectral Saboteur. Flash and intangibility. Ghost cannot be blocked. Excuse me. I know Wraith in the Spider-Man set had Fear Gas where they couldn't be blocked either. Okay. Oh, pulled that one out by accident. Claw, Sonic Subjugator. When Claw enters, target player reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to 1 plus the number of creature cards in your graveyard. You choose one of them, that player discards that card. I have no idea why, but my brain feels like I read that wrong, but I'm not gonna question it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Beast Mode. We got Peter Porker over here. I don't know the names of the other guys. Teamwork 1. Target creature gets +2 and gains +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Also, put a +1 counter on that creature if this spell was cast using Teamwork. Alright, Daily Bugle Reporters reprint. Ooh, we got Flatman. Do we have all the Great Lakes Avengers in here? I mean, that would be pretty hype since I am a Michigander. Alright. 3 mana to switch Flatman's power and toughness until end of turn. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, he's got 10 toughness. Okay. Ooh, we got a full art version of Bullseye. That's pretty cool. Ooh, we got a Plains. Ooh, we got Training Compound. Okay. One of these new lands. I really enjoy getting new lands that have like possibilities for not coming in, dual lands that have possibilities for not coming in tapped, because a lot of them are fairly expensive for what they are. Nakia, I believe that's how that's pronounced, at least from how I'm just reading it right now. Reach, whenever your commander enters, you become the monarch. Okay. I know the Wakanda Forever precon has some monarch cards, which By the way, I got all 4 of the precons as well, and a play booster box. Was thinking about opening the play booster box on camera, but considering this is already 55 minutes exactly, maybe not. Alright, Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has first strike and vigilance, and is a legendary soldier in addition to its other types. Whenever enchanted creature attacks or blocks, attach any number of target equipment you control to it. Oh, that would actually... Because I do have in here, I do have my, I got this Secret Lair Captain America, and I have never built a deck with it yet. I've been meaning to, but I just have not gotten around to it. But that, I feel like that would be useful in it. We got another Fight to the Death. Oh, we got another training compound, this time full art. Okay. All right. So this is our third to last pack. So I'm still hoping for that sort of Fire and Ice reprint. Ooh, we got the Vision art. Vision of Love. You may sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Okay, I feel like that's a pretty good draw spell. Crowd of True Believers. Tap to target creature you control that's attacking alone gets +1 till end of turn, +1/+0 until end of turn. You gain 1 life. Excuse me. Gorilla. Where is he from? I don't know. I know I heard Hitmonkey is in here. I've heard of Hitmonkey before, but I don't know like where in the universe he is from within the Marvel universe. Sacrifice this creature, destroy target non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment, activate only as a sorcery. Ooh, we got Abomination. Okay. Trample and power up. Put a +1 counter on Abomination. He fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. Okay. Ooh, Echo, Perceptive Prodigy, Vigilance. 1 mana to tap and copy target activated or triggered ability you control from a creature source. You may choose new targets for the copy. Ooh, okay. That's fairly interesting. Quantum Reduction. Is this a reference to the movie? I don't know. I don't know if in like a normal Ant-Man or Ant-Man, Giant Man, and Wasp comic they shrink down MODOK, but I guess he wasn't MODOK in the first Ant-Man movie. He turned into MODOK though. You may cast this spell as though it had a flash if it's cast using teamwork. Okay. Enchant creature gets -5 and loses all abilities. Ooh, that's pretty devastating. Reprint of Doc Ock's Henchman. Ooh, we have Lightning Bolt. What is that? Okay, maybe that's the main set and this is in the, yeah, that's in the precon. Okay, because I was gonna say like two mana to deal 3 damage, and then this one is just 1 mana. It's like it's literally objectively better. I don't know why there would be 2 versions of that. Arnim Zola, Biofanatic. 3 mana to tap and create a tapped 2/1 black villain creature token with menace. Activate only if there are 2 or more creature cards in your graveyard. Got another forest. Okay, we got another copy of this. Is this one foil? It feels like it... I can't tell if it is. It feels like the text on Photon in the background is foil. Looks like rainbowy. I'm pretty sure the first copy we had of this wasn't. Okay. Ooh, reprint of Overwhelming Stampede. I love this card because it reminds me of like one of the like first times I played Commander. Somebody lent me their deck, and I played this and was gonna deal like 139 damage to them, but then they had like a creature that flashed in, took all of the damage, and like gave it that many +1/+1 counters or something. I don't remember that creature's name at all, but I'm like, oh man. Ooh, we got the card art of the Vision. Okay. Simulacrum Synthesizer. As artifact enters scry 2. Whenever another artifact you control with mana value 3 or greater enters, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. With this token gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. And then extended art foil Cloak and Dagger. Alright. Let's open this one. Another villain token with a soldier token on the front. Okay. Shield Deployment Drone. Flying whenever this creature enters, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Super Strength. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +4/+4 and has trample and ward 1. For 5 mana, it's a little much, but it's cool. Aim Labs. Enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. Avenger's Tower. We got that. Hex Magic. Exile all the cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. Until the end of your next turn, you may play cards exiled this way. Okay. Inspired Fire. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each card you've drawn this turn. Inspired Fire deals 4 damage to target creature. Okay. Fantastic Bounce. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand and draw a card. Living Lies of Loki. This creature gets +1/+0 for each other illusion you control. When this creature dies, draw a card. Ooh, we got a full art version of Abomination. That's actually pretty cool looking. I really like that a lot. Oh, and it's foiled as well. That's cool. Mountain. I do like the shading on the sky for this mountain. Ooh, another version of Luke Cage. Trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a treasure token. Okay. Helm of the Host. I did. That's a reprint. I know that. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except that token isn't legendary. That token gains haste. Okay. Ooh, Loki, God of Lies. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single creature, gain control of that creature until end of turn. If it's your turn, untap that creature and it gains haste until end of turn. Another copy of Seize the Day. And another copy of Epic Fight. Okay. All right, last one. Oh. All right. Still hoping for that sort of Fire and Ice reprint. Come on. I mean, I will say, getting this alone, I really love this. Just the art and the foil on it makes it look great. Okay. So robot villain token to another hero token. Aim Scientists. When this creature enters, it connives, and it also has basic land cycling. Helicarrier Strike. Teamwork 2. Helicarrier Strike deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. If this spell was cast using teamwork, it deals 4 damage to that creature instead. Herbie! He has flying, and when this creature enters, draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Okay. Another copy of Spider-Man to the rescue. This time we've got Cap, Luke, and Spider-Woman in the background. Too evil to stay dead. Teamwork 4. Choose target creature card in your graveyard with mana value 4 or less. If this spell was cast using teamwork, instead choose target creature card in your graveyard and return the chosen card to the battlefield. Okay. Another reprint of Spectacular Tactics. Reprint of Masked Meower. Ooh, we got Darwin, okay. Adaptive Mutant. Evolve, makes sense. And remove 2/+1 counters on Darwin. He gains indestructible until end of turn. Oh my god, we got another one. Okay. So all we need is Mr. Fantastic. And they're all the full art foil versions of them as well. I don't know if they only come in the full art version, but we managed to get them all in foil as well. Okay. So honestly, at this point, since I got 3 out of the 4, I've got to buy the foil version of Mr. Fantastic to complete this infinite combo and put it in the Fantastic Four pre-con. I didn't even read it. I did. Okay. Whenever you draw a card, if you control another hero, Human Torch deals 1 damage to target opponent, and power up to put 3/+1 counters on Human Torch. Got another Plains. Ooh, we got Ironheart. Improvise. Yep, I was right. The artifact helped cast the spell. Non-creature spells you cast have Improvise. Ooh, okay. Got Clever Concealment with Convoke, that's the creature version of Improvise, I believe. I can't remember off the top of my head since obviously the rules text aren't here. Any number of non-land permanents you control phase out. Ooh, that's a pretty good defensive spell. Alien Invasion. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red alien creature token with haste. And this token attacks each combat if able, and put a +1 counter on it for each invasion counter on this enchantment. I'm gonna be honest, halfway through reading that, my mind kind of went blank. Let me reread this so I can actually comprehend what the card does. Okay. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red alien creature token with haste, and this token attacks each combat if able. Okay. Put a +1/+1 counter on it for each invasion counter on this enchantment. Then put an invasion counter on this enchantment. Okay, so it's got unique counters, so I initially thought it would have been a plan, but I guess not. Okay. Steely Resolve. Is that supposed to be Shang-Chi? I don't know. I haven't seen his older arts, so I may be wrong. Enchantment. As this enchantment type enters, choose a creature type. Creatures of that chosen type have Shroud. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and then last card of our packs, we have Leader Super Genius. If a creature you control would connive, instead you draw a card, then that creature connives. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control connives. Okay, so it's all about conniving. Alright, well. It's got hour, 9 minutes, 25 seconds. I wish I got the Incredible Hulk, but I mean, obviously, this is a collector's booster. It's more for these unique arts. And I have an entire play booster box as well. So I don't think I have nothing too much to worry about. I do love this though. Whatever Captain America deck I make, whether it be the Secret Lair or the precon of Avengers Assemble, I'm definitely throwing him in there. I like this one a lot. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining me for this past hour and 10 minutes. And I hope you had a nice, relaxing time watching it. Essentially watching me gamble. Because let's be real, that's what this is, buying this expensive box. But yeah, and if you would like to see more relaxing content like this, discussing either more Magic pack openings or talking about manga or comics or even board games and some video games, then please feel free to stick around by subscribing. And I thank you for watching.